Tom here from Lawrence Systems, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a bridge in TrueNAS. The reason for this video is I have a series of upcoming videos talking about using containers, maybe even some about virtual machines, but both of these attach to bridges. Now, this is different than the apps that are used in Docker. These are specifically, which is the Incus containers used in TrueNAS 25 that will become the LXC containers used in TrueNAS 26, and both of them are best suited to attach those containers to a bridge for communication. Now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time explaining what a bridge is. There's lots of documentation you can find on Linux bridges. This is just part of the Linux utilities and Linux operating system and networking that TrueNAS is built on, which is actually Debian, if anyone was wondering. So let's get started on how to get it set up. Now we're doing this in TrueNAS 25.10.1, the latest version available here in February 2026, but this looks the same in version 26 as well. I've already been testing the nightlies. The networking's actually looked the same for quite a while inside of TrueNAS. We're going to go to System, Network, and we see I already have a static IP address assigned of 172.16.16.33 to this adapter. Now it's important to remember the adapter name EN01NP0 because that's the member we're going to attach to the bridge. To do this, we're going to first edit and remove the IP address of this. Go down here and hit save. I'm going to leave it as defined static, but please note I've defined no static. Now, what we do not want to do is test these changes because with no IP address, I would lose access to the interface. So now we want to add the bridge. Type bridge. BR1 is fine. BR0 is fine, whatever you want to call it. I'll leave it at BR0 and I'll show you why when we create the next bridge, because I'm going to create more than one to show you how VLANs work. We want to take that same IP address, 172.16.16.33, and assign it to the bridge interface and make sure we get the subnet mask the same. Then we go down here to choose bridge members, and we want to make sure we're choosing that same network interface that I know is plugged in that used to be assigned. Now, if you had a bond set up, you could choose multiple bridge interfaces. Also of note, one of the advantages of using a bridge, if you ever have a lot of containers attached to a bridge and you want to change out a network interface, you can just change what interfaces are attached to the bridge, and then that will apply to all things attached to that bridge interface. But once we've got that done, we're going to hit save. Now we want to test the changes. I have this interface connected to this bridge right here, and that's the IP address assigned to it. And if we hit test the changes, and the fact that I can still get to the web interface means those changes work. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save again. So now I have a bridge interface that's attached to this, but what if I wanted to attach it to this or any other VLAN? It's actually really simple to do. It works in the same way. So we go here. We want to add a bridge, and we'll call this one BR20 because it's going to attach to VLAN 20. And I could define a static IP address if I want. I'm not going to. We can just choose VLAN 20 as the bridge member, and then we can hit save. We'll test those changes. The changes work, so I'll go ahead and save them and hit save. Now what we have here is a bridge with no IP address. Now I can assign an IP address to it. I can actually move this IP over if I wanted to. I just didn't bother doing that. But you can use this bridge now to attach to a container, and that container will then be in that particular VLAN versus the ones attached to here, BR0, are going to be attached to this VLAN. Now, even though there's a static IP, let's go ahead and go over to our containers. And let's create a new container. We'll call it deb test. I'll choose Debian. I'm going to choose Trixie, hit select. Scroll down here. I'm going to uncheck use default. And this is where I could have it use BR0 or BR20. So we're going to hit add. I just want this one. Then I'm going to hit create. It'll create the new volume instance. It's downloading the container right now. And if we go into this container and do an IPA, and you can see that it got an IP address, and a reason for that is because of the way bridges work. Bridges allow you to add more MAC addresses to them. So this works not going through the primary IP, but going through the same network interface, but having its own dedicated IP. So as you can see, it's relatively easy to set up Linux bridges. They will save you hours of headache if you have to swap a network card and you have it attached to a lot of containers. And it is the best way to set up for containers and, of course, virtual machines. And like and subscribe if you want to see those future videos I have coming up on TrueNAS and containers specifically, especially one about Proxmox backup. That's the next one I think I'm going to do. So hit that like and subscribe button. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Hit me up in the forums at forums.lawrencesystems.com. Thanks.